Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
My name is Tyler. Together we make up A.K.A Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And we love.
Love.
So today we thought we'd do the top 10 games for couples, Love Edition.
Woo, 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 woo.
It is Valentine's Day, so we thought we'd combine those things and celebrate all those games that are great for the couples out there.
Yeah, so there's just going to be 10 suggestions for you folks for our basically 2023 version of the list that exactly Ilya is talking about.
Exactly. Are they all going to be two-player only games? Maybe.
I wish they were.
Maybe. But we already did top 10 of two-player games.
The hard thing for me was not picking two-player games, so I will tell you this right now. I tried to veer away from two-player games, so maybe there's only a couple in here.
And we do have a combined list. And we'll each talk about 5 and give some of our thoughts and breakdowns and maybe see if these games will slide right in onto your collection.
I get it, like sliding into your DMs on Valentine's Day.
Exactly. Well, do you want to get started or do you want me to get started?
I can start.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I think we should just start with the obvious. Well, not really the obvious, but I want to talk about decorum. Oh, I guess this list is not really in any particular order, is it?
No particular order.
I was like, I'm just going to grab this game. Anyways, decorum is exactly what it says on the box. It's a game of passive-aggressive cohabitation. And what you're going to be doing is solving this logic puzzle where one person has a set of rules they need to follow and another person has another set of rules they need to follow. And you'll just decorate a house. Sounds easy, doesn't it?
No, it is not. But the best part is that you get to role play as these various characters. And with a two-player as a couple game, there's actually a campaign that you go through.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get to discover a little bit of the characters, you get to revisit some of the characters later on, and the game gets progressively trickier, and there's unlockable content.
Woo woo. And the best part about this game is everybody is familiar with this exact type of situation.
Yes.
We went through it a couple of years ago when we moved into this house.
We're still going through it.
We're still going through it.
Tyler wants to get rid of our beanbag chair.
That's true. It takes up space and it just sits in a corner for no reason. And
but it's so comfortable.
But nobody's using it.
Yes, our dogs use it.
Okay, well, they have also beds around the houses. Anyways, you got the point. That is decorum.
Decorum.
And we will move on to the next one.
So the next one for the couples game is called Flatter Me.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
So this is a compliment battle game. How fun is that?
Who knew?
So essentially you have a massive deck of cards, which you'll split into 2, and then you'll each draw a card. So I've drawn, you are quick-witted, and Tyler's drawn.
Everyone wants to wear everything in your closet.
So if my compliment more applies to Tyler, which I think it does, and
this one also applies to me.
He gets both the cards then.
Yes. It's like war, except with compliments.
Exactly. But if there's a tie, it's really fun because more cards come out and there's a tiebreaker card. And basically you're trying to be the one with the most compliments by the end of the game, which isn't the most humble. But you know, sometimes it encourages you to be a better person for the next time around.
Actually, everybody, you have all the cards except for the one that you are the most humble.
That's perfect. So, and the other thing I really like about this game too is there's so many of these, and you can use these as a gift, or like you can just drop this in the mail for somebody that says you're inspired, genuine, and fearless communication. Who wouldn't want that as a compliment?
That's not a compliment for me. That's more for Ilya.
This one's me. I win this one. But I like how you described it. It's like a game of war, but with compliments.
Well, I mean, it does say a competitive battle, a compliment battle.
We're battling.
Exactly. Okay. Next game. I'm going to pull out one of the two-player games, and I feel like this is just like something we always say. To school or get schooled? That.
Get schooled.
Is the Aqualin question. Aqualin.
So this is our probably favorite two-player only game.
It is my favorite two-player only game.
It was our top in our two-player monthly list, and still I think holds that spot. I don't know if anything surpassed it.
No, not at all.
So
it's like a puzzle game. So one of you will take colors and the other person will take creatures, and you're basically battling it out for this area control type game where you want to have like-minded things together, so because you'll score more points for the larger groups you have.
The rules in this game are so simple.
Yes.
But you can play this. I can play this game every day, every day. Because it's so cool. You just begin to see different strategies as the game forms. And I honestly think, like, I can see this game being played competitively. And everyone's just in this blue-themed aquarium playing Aqualand, trying to be the champion.
Domes.
The dome.
Yeah.
And there's like a blue. Like,
Welcome
blue
to the Aqualand Dome.
Would you be the announcer for the tournament?
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
But who will win? Nobody knows. Hopefully the seahorses.
Hopefully the seahorses.
Now, my next game for the couples is Patchwork, the Valentine edition.
Yay! Is this one brand new?
This one is newer.
Like newer.
It is newer. And my favorite part about this is here you're collecting chocolate balls. Chocolate golden balls. I was trying to find the specific word.
They look like Ferrero Rochers. That's how they do.
So you have chocolate balls, and you're trying to collect them, but this is the classic Patchwork game. There's many different editions of it. Essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to build a grid. Here you're trying to build a grid of chocolates that you're trying to package together, and the more chocolate balls you collect, which are currency that you kind of buy them from.
Yes.
And what you get from them as well is who will win. It has really unique mechanisms of even tile selection, so you can select multiple tiles and take, like, it's not your turn, my turn. Sometimes it's different based on tiles you take. And generally, it's just a very lovely game. We always love Patchwork. I think we have 4 different versions now, and they're all very lovely, and I love pulling them out, especially around the holiday time.
Yeah, because they're always themed, and they're always like a fun game, easy game to get out. All you're really doing is placing tiles in this, and it makes for
getting chocolate golden balls.
A quick little competition between 2 players.
Yeah.
Patchwork.
Patchwork.
Let's go over there and talk about Savernake Forest. What a cute little game! And if you turn it to the side, there's a woodpecker pecking at, not the title, but just the tree. Oh yeah, I guess you couldn't see it.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah. Anyways, this game is essentially like a King Domino game where you're going to be selecting a card to add to your little forest. And the way you're going to do this is by strategically selecting some of those cards to place into your forest that help connect paths to certain animals, because certain animals want certain things.
A worm.
Exactly. And if they collect those certain things, you'll get certain points. But you have to be careful because they only want a certain number of things and they can only go so far to get them.
First come, first serve. You don't want the chestnut? Too bad. You're going to get the chestnut.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this game is you keep on playing. There's ways to upgrade the creatures so that they can go farther in the game. There are ways to add more points to the things that they're able to collect. And at the end of the game, it does feel like this grind moment where you're trying to find the perfect tiles because nothing is working out for you. And you really just want to try and score those extra couple of points because at the end of the game, it really does matter.
It's very cute, and what I really like about it is that everything is done through that card selection. Because where you select the card will give you a certain action. Whether you go first next time, whether you upgrade like the cards you said in a certain way, or you're selecting the creature.
Yeah.
So based on what you take is what you get, and it's just very cute and adorable. And it plays really quickly, and I really like it.
Savernake Forest.
Savernake. The one I have next is Koali.
Koali. Why do I think of koala bears all the time when I say this?
I don't know.
Because it's called Koali.
Pretty close. So this is from Gigameek and Hachette Games, and basically they have a lot of these 2-player type quick games that are over probably in 10 minutes, but they're so much fun because there's so much strategy and depth into them. So in this one, you're basically just trying to connect 4. But how you do it is you place one of your wooden stones.
Maybe? Yeah, stones.
They feel like stones. They're not stones, but they feel like... No, they're not as heavy as stones.
You could skip them real nice across the water.
Oh, you definitely could. And they float, so you get them back at the end.
Oh, except you have to swim out and get them.
Everyone loves a good swim.
Good workout, I suppose.
So what you do is you place your stone on a stack, and then you take that stack and orthogonally adjacent distribute them. One by one, starting from the one at the bottom. And it's a really clever way of the distribution, and you're just trying to get 4 of yours while blocking your opponent to get 4 of theirs. So it's like a very intense three-dimensional tic-tac-toe. It feels, or not tic-tac-toe, Connect Four. It feels like.
Oh, well, tic-tac-toe too as well.
Yeah, so because there's
Connect Four
layers to it. Because all of a sudden you're uncovering, and all of a sudden you're creating opportunities. But I feel like every time you play this game, there's a new strategy unlocked, which I really like about a lot of these games. Koali Corridor, Quarto.
What am I mixing up? Does it cascade? Or is it only the one thing?
Well, the whole stack of stones.
Yeah, but
moves.
if you move it onto a different set of stones,
then someone else can put it on that stack and then distribute that stack.
Oh, I'm thinking of mountains out of molehills. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's not mountains out of molehills.
Yeah, this one is, I think like a lot of the games, like you said, are very much like Connect Four tic-tac-toe-esque. And they're just like these small changes that actually like make the game more interesting and then have different strategy points when you do put them all together like on a table. You can play each of them like independently and still enjoy the variety that they provide.
Definitely.
Kohabitation.
Strategy.
So I'm going to pick this one. We're almost done. There's 4 more left, including this one. And it's called Splendor Duel.
Duel.
Duel. You may be wondering, wait, Splendor Duel? Isn't there the game called Splendor? Yeah. This is the 2-player version.
Wow. For a couple. Or non-couple.
For 2 players.
Couple. A couple of people.
Couple of people. Oh my goodness. All right. So basically, Splendor Duel is this 2-player version of Splendor. You'll have this engine building mechanism going on where you're going to want to be collecting like the lower tier items and then slowly build yourself up so you're able to purchase more and more expensive items. But there are 3 different ways to win this game, so you always have to be paying attention to what your opponent is doing and whether or not you're able to stop them, slow them down, or maybe even get ahead of them so that you can claim that particular victory to win yourself the game.
And the core of this game is really the collecting the gems. So this is how it's a little bit different than Splendor as well, because you have a grid of them and you collect the 3, or there's some other variation. You can take the gold one, or say some rules of pearls, but generally you're going to take out of that to your own inventory and then build your engine like Tyler said.
And there's a little like snake thing that spirals out of the board and they all just like shift eventually, which is very cool to see. So
yeah, everything in this game, production wise, quality wise, is just great. It's also a cute little box, which I really like, but I feel Space Cowboys just puts out really good 2-player games, so I was not surprised that this was such a hit.
Yeah, and it stays pretty true, in my opinion, to the Splendor game. So if you are looking for a 2-player version of it, definitely recommend this one.
Splendor
Duel.
Boom. So the next one I have on my list is I'm lost for words.
No, that's what the game's called, silly.
It's Lost for Words.
Boom.
Did you like that?
I thought it was clever, but I saw what you did there.
So this game is a very simple set collection. So basically you're dealt, I'm going to pull out the cards again. So you're dealt out 7 cards.
Just take 1 out.
And basically they look like this. Agathism.
Very cool, actually.
The belief that most things turn out for the greater good, even though bad things happen. It's an English word.
Oh, this one's a Chinese word. The Chinese Shenmei Pilau, I think, is how you actually say it. It means to be so overwhelmed by beauty that you become immune and bored with it.
It's pretty good. But so what you're doing is you're gonna have a cards in your hand, and you're gonna either play a card or an action. There's also action cards in here, or you can discard a card and draw a new one if none of them really resonate with you, or if the symbol is not what you need. But then you'll play it, and you'll talk about a memory or an experience you've had with this word and how you relate to it. So you get to know each other a little bit further. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to collect either 7, all the symbols, or 5 of one symbol. And as soon as you've done that, you win. So it's a very, very simple set collection, but in the process, you get to learn a little bit more about each other.
And these cool words.
Very cool words.
Very cool. Or these like
do you want to see another one?
Sayings or thing.
Inamuri. It's Japanese. Sleeping on duty. Having a nap in public signals that you've been working hard and need a rest. I relate to this on a daily basis.
I feel like that card is suggesting I should be sleeping in public.
You don't need to sleep. To showcase that you're so tired.
That I've been working hard.
You have been working really hard. So that is Lost for Words.
Wow. Next up is the biggest box of the games that we have here, and it will probably take you longer than just a day to play.
Just a day?
Just a day! And it's called Artisans of Splendidvale! First of all, let's just say how beautiful this game is. And
beautiful.
is it going to be okay like this? Yes.
We
can just put it back down.
We show them the front.
We shoot it different.
We show them the front. Okay, talk about it.
Well, if you ever liked those games where you or those books, I remember them as Goosebump books, but you used to have to like choose your own adventure kind of thing. That's what Splendidvale is, except it turns it on its head and adds more people to it.
And battles.
Yeah, and the cool little battle sequence, which I'll get to in a second. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to pick and choose through these things that you want to accomplish, and it'll give you a number that you have to go to, each in your own little character books. And then you'll go ahead and read through the story, make more decisions, and go on and go on and go on. But the cool thing about that is there are different stories, sets, and paths that you end up following based on the characters that you have. And that's a lot of fun. But across the way, you're gonna come into these points where you might have to face evil. And then you'll be put into this scenario where you'll be having to battle them. The easiest way for me to explain it is like a Gloomhaven setup scenario where you've got to go through these different tasks of defeating everybody that's there, accomplishing all of your goals, and like using your character's abilities or whatever it is to keep going. However, I would say it's not as complicated as Gloomhaven at all. The neat thing about this game is it is a pool of dice that you're going to be using for your actions, both on offense and on defense, and you share them with your whole table.
Party, yeah.
Exactly. So you have to make these decisions, these tight decisions about how you're going to manage that pool of dice. So you don't
I use all the dice, and then Tyler gets upset.
I do, because then I can't defend myself, and then I take all the damage.
Exactly.
Why do I have to get hurt?
I don't know. I really like the battles in these games. I think it's such a unique and streamlined way of doing it, because I feel like a lot of the games like this, they all have the same battle mechanism, and this one felt really fresh and really unique in my perspective, and really approachable. And that's what really sold the game for me, and why I think we're recommending as a couple is we get that story element, and the stories of each of these characters are so rich and diverse. You really get drawn into them, and they each have their own narrative. They're not just like kind of pasted on. You really want to learn more about your character. You want to dive into their life, which is really exciting, and you learn what's important to each of them even through some of the dialogue. But I think every element of this game is absolutely just stunning. You also have a dog that you can have
if you're that character,
and that's amazing.
Yes.
So we're just in the beginning. We've only played a few scenarios.
3 or 4?
3 or 4 days, yeah. And there's many a days that you can play, and many a things happen. But I'm very excited to continue on our journey in this Splendidvale, because the story and everything in it is absolutely magical.
Yes, it's very fun to flip through the books and like collect different resources and everything, and then obviously do the battles.
And then there's different crafting for each character. There's different upgrades for each character. There's items you're collecting. There's so much
going on,
and it's amazing.
But that is Artisans of Splendidvale. And ironically, we're on to the smallest of box games that we're going to recommend today.
And that is Marital Bliss.
What? This one also can take longer than a day to play.
Well, this is like
it's
a week-long adventure.
Yeah.
But basically what you're doing in this game is you will draw a hand of tasks, and then you'll choose a reward you'll be competing for, let's say. There's competitive and cooperative versions. But the tasks are... I'm going to open it again.
I was just going to say, I'm waiting for him to open the box.
So, the tasks can be something like, start the day off with a hug. And brownie points 4 days in a row.
Wow.
So, but the catch... So, you're trying to complete these missions secretly. Because if you get caught, and Tyler's like, you've been giving me a lot of hugs. Is that one of your missions? Then... I don't get the points.
Tossed away.
I don't get the points.
You're out of there.
So you'll want to sneak in some escapades here and there to make him convince that it's not something that is for the person. Yeah. But even this one, no cold hands or feet in bed. So socks and big blankets.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch me with them cold feet.
I don't have cold feet. But by the time that you're done, you'll get to select a reward. So this one's what's cooking good looking?
What's cooking good looking?
One good home-cooked meal of your choice. Spouse does all the work and cleanup. So it's very fun. It's a way to spruce up your relationship. See if you can get away with pulling some tasks over on your partner. And see if they can do the same. And get the reward. Free ice cream for a month?
That's not a reward.
What do you mean?
No. Yeah, maybe ice cream for the day.
And that is marital bliss. So that's been our 10 games
That we would recommend you play.
for couples.
Right. That's what I was missing.
It's a top 10 games list for couples.
Lovers edition.
Love, 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 love. Yeah. Love's a fun word.
Love is a fun word.
Say it 20 times fast.
Nope. Because then it loses its meaning. Doesn't hit as hard.
Well, for our question of the day, what is your favorite couple game go-to? Go-to couple game.
What is your favorite game to play with your significant other or best friend or whomever? But just a single one person.
And one game.
Yes.
Can select two.
Uh-huh.
If you do,
that's okay. We love games.
I guess we can hear about all the games. Have you played any of these? What are your thoughts on them? We always love to hear your perspectives down in the comments below. Just shoot them down there.
Exactly. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're new here. We make weekly content about board games, and we're always excited to chat more.
Exactly. Have a great rest of your day, and bye!
Bye!